Errol Spence answered the fan question on Instagram. It was asked to grade his fight versus Shawn Porter. Let's talk about it. We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos. I do appreciate everybody for tapping back in. And yeah, let's talk about what he said. And don't forget, check out our boxing playlist, boxing news, boxing rumor, heavyweight, middleweight, welterweight, fight predictions, fight reactions, categorized plenty of the boxing content. Also got an MMA playlist for people who love that side of combat sports. I'm still learning over there, but I do appreciate it, man. Shout out to Gary Benson once again for sending a donation. Once a donation, on the subscription, best way to donate for your boy is to share the video. I want people to everywhere who loves sports and combat sports to listen to the content. But he compared the fight to Castillo and Floyd Mayweather. One. I'm thinking he's saying one. Even though two was closer on the scorecards than one, and I explained why that was. But, you know, fan asked him, rate your performance against Porter, though, Errol. I would like to know, you know, what you graded yourself for that fight. Could have been better. Great learning experience, just like Floyd fought Castillo the first time. Now, you know, obviously, Errol Spence watches social media. He said he don't watch social media, but that's the narrative that y'all know the fake Black Panther Party crew was pushing. This was nothing like Castillo and Floyd Mayweather 1. I've watched that fight over the last 12, 13 years. Man, again and again and again and again. All right. And what people don't remember in that fight was that Floyd Mayweather had a torn a torn rotator cuff. All right. And Leonard Ellaby, or his team wanted him to, get it fixed and then take the fight. Floyd was hell-bent on still fighting Castillo. I don't know if he wanted the bag or he wanted to progress in his career. And eventually, you know, it set him back because he gave Castillo a rematch, which was closer on the scorecards than the first fight. The first fight, I think they had a little bit wide. All right, but it was nothing like that fight because Floyd only had one arm. You know, Errol Spence, nothing was wrong with him going into that fight. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, people want to make that comparison. But once a guy is only really technically fighting with one good arm, just answer me this question. People are going to be mad or be Errol Spence fans. What was wrong with Errol Spence in that fight? Was he a little drunk going into the fight? I don't know. I thought he looked a little bit glazy in the eyes. You know, he might have had a little Coke 45 or a little Patron going into the fight. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, physically, what was wrong with him? You know what I'm saying? And Castillo was a rough, rugged fighter. You know, durable chin. He had a war with Diego Corrales. You know, he fought really, really well with Floyd Mayweather. He put tons of pressure on Mayweather, worked the rib cage, worked up top. And Floyd sat there and fought fire with fire. You know, that's one of Floyd's most exciting fights that go overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Floyd was really going to war with him. And in the second fight, Floyd used the ring. He started out boxing, and I think a lot of the judges went back and rewatched the first fight, and they didn't give Castillo a lot of credit for its work when he was moving forward because it appeared that Floyd was landing a more cleaner, effective shots. But Castillo was landing a lot of clean, effective shots, but he just couldn't really hurt Floyd. Had he stunned Floyd a little bit, I think, especially early on, I think he would have got a lot of credit. You know what I'm saying? But it can't be like Floyd and Castillo unless Errol gives Shawn a rematch, which I believe it will happen. It won't be an immediate rematch because I think he's going to come back and tune up against his IBF mandatory. But it was nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? From the simple fact that Floyd had a fucked up shoulder. And then Floyd gave him an immediate rematch, which can't happen right now because Errol has obligations. You know, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, he want to sit there and use that narrative and say, well, you know, it was like Floyd and Castillo. No, nigga, you ain't nothing like Floyd, all right? You ain't nothing like Floyd. You know, you think you Floyd getting your little 100,000 pay-per-views and a couple dollars? Dude, don't disrespect Floyd like that. You don't even have the boxing skills that Floyd got. You know what I'm saying? You know, Floyd ended up fighting Castillo fight. That was the difference. You know what I'm saying? You didn't fight Shawn Porter fight. You know, and some people say, well, you know, he fought Shawn Porter fight and this and that. That's the way you fight. You can't slip and counter and punch with guys. You know what I'm saying? Floyd showed in the rematch that, hey, if I use the ring, even though it was closer because they felt bad for Luis Castillo, they feel like they gave him a raw deal on the first fight. But that's the way you fight. Floyd came back with a good, healthy shoulder the second time, and that's when he had the blue shorts on. He came back and he used the ring and he outboxed Luis Castillo. You know what I'm saying? He showed the ability to, you know, make an adjustment. What ability could Errol make? Errol is going to fight the same way versus Shawn Porter, even if he knock him out. Errol can't box on the back foot. He can box versus a nigga like Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He can box versus dudes like Marcos Maidana. You know, excuse me, not Marcos Maidana, but he can box versus a guy like Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He can box. You know? He can do those things versus those guys. But, you know, versus Shawn Porter, he can't. He couldn't keep Shawn Porter on the outside unless he was pressing, he had him on the ropes. And then again, Shawn was finessing him off the ropes. Shawn was stepping aside. Like, dude, these dudes really think they be Floyd Mayweather. You ain't nowhere close to being that. You know, they really do be sitting here, and they sit here, and Kelly Swanson and Magna Media, you know, that's who that's who handles the media obligations. Now, you know, if Yahoo get in and Ego get in, it's Magna Media. Top Rank has their own. But they really sit here and they berate or they diss or they belittle the new media. But then again, you know what I'm saying? You got guys like Errol Spence that listen to what new media say and use the narrative. He didn't come up with that shit himself. Be real, he probably never even fucking watched Floyd Mayweather Castillo till that came up. All right? That was nothing like that. Man had it was at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? You know, at the end of the day, if it is a learning experience, let's see you get better and learn how to box. You know, let's see you learn how to take a half step to the side or step to the back and counter these dudes. Let's see you, you know, outbox Shawn Porter and pick him apart trying to come inside like Kell Brook did. You couldn't do none of that. Shawn Porter feinted you, got you out of position, got on the inside, and worked you the whole night. That's what he did. You couldn't keep him on the outside like you did Mikey Garcia because he ain't a slow, flabby Mexican welterweight like Mikey Garcia. He had speed. He had power. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather, you know, fought aggression with aggression. You know what I'm saying? The whole night. And then he came back and he outboxed him, showing him I got the skills to keep it on the outside and outbox him. You know what I'm saying? So my answer to him is, what was wrong with you that night? You a little drunk? You had a little hamstring issue, calf issue? Your rotator cuff was torn? What's wrong with you that night? Nothing. Nothing. Floyd Mayweather came back and showed that there's levels to it. Like, all right, I'm healthy. He beat Castillo. Beat him, clearly. Let's see you do the same thing. Let's see if you come back and beat Shawn Porter comfortably. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people still think Shawn Porter won. You know, these motherfuckers trying to compare themselves to legends, man, and it's not that. It's not that. It wasn't no Castillo. It wasn't no learning experience, bro. It wasn't just a bad night. You know what I'm saying? Since you fought Kell Brook, you know what I'm saying? Which you struggled with Kell Brook. He was injured. I don't care what nobody say. You was losing that fight until Kell got injured. You know, then you did knock out Mikey Garcia. Since you've been stepping up in competition versus, you know, prime or young fighters, you know, the knockouts stopped coming. The performances have gotten progressively worse. From Kell Brook, you was losing that fight. Then you fought Mikey Garcia down the road. You didn't knock him out. And now Shawn Porter, a guy you promised the man down, you didn't knock him out. So what's going on? Where did the knockouts go? You know, where did these great performances go? Where did man down go? Then you get injured. I swear, you the new Keith Thurman. KOs for life and all that other shit. And then you get injured, go away. This nigga Keith Thurman, man. You ain't Floyd Mayweather. You think you Keith Thurman. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business questions, inquiries, sponsorship, video questions. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. Want to make a donation? That link's in the description. Appreciate it, man. And if you want to hit me up, all social media links in the description. One time for the one time, Goodfellas Sports TV.